Maybe many of you have that already inside your vocab sheet. I'm sure most of you do already, okay? Mandy? Okay, here we go. We're all starting now. All right, so please take your compass and draw yourself a circle on your page. Not too big, probably about that big. Okay, and make sure you mark where the center is using your compass by the little point. All right, you can make any diameter you want, but you want to mark where the center is using the point, or where those little crosshairs are. Okay, mark wherever your center is. Yeah. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw the diameter. Okay. So take your circle wherever you happen to be. Please draw the diameter. There we go. Every day. All right. So our diameter goes from one edge of the circle to the other end point of the circle, and it passes through the diameter.
The center.
Sorry, thank you. Pass through the center. You're absolutely right. And then, what do we call a line segment that goes from the center out to the edge of the circle?
Radius.
A radius. There you go. Radius. Very good. Okay, and there is this relationship here between the circumference, which is the distance all the way around your circle, and the diameter and the radius, and maybe you know about it before from other math classes, but the circumference, we're going to call that C. The circumference is equal to either pi times the diameter, or the circumference is equal to 2 pi times the radius. You can use either one of these. Does anyone see why that these are the same? Can anyone tell me from the picture? Yeah, Lucas, why are they the same?
The diameter is twice the radius.
That's exactly right, because one diameter is equal to 2 radius. Doesn't that make sense? You with me so far?
Yeah.
So one diameter is equal to 2 radius, so you can use either one of these two things right here, all right? Either one of those two things. What's that? Yeah, no, don't use pi r squared. That's area. Someone was using that last class. Pi r squared is area. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for distance around the circle, okay? Okay, we're going to take this information. This is theorem 11.6. All right there. We're going to add that to our toolkit. And it should be the very next one on the, whoa.
Oh my gosh, I was just at a monster truck.
Anybody seen this? Anybody gonna do a monster truck show?
I just
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yesterday? Where?
At Santa Rosa Snow County Fair.
They have monster trucks there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah? Okay. All right. This is
I got a picture.
okay. This lady that's standing in the picture, she is 5 feet 6 inches tall. 5'6". That's what we decided on last class. She was 5'6". Okay. So my question is to you: is if she's standing in front of that tire, that picture, that monster truck, which is Bigfoot right there, and that one dude's sitting inside the tire, on the right. What do you think is the diameter in feet of that big tire there on the left? If the lady is 5 feet 6 inches, Brittany, what do you think?
8 feet.
8 feet. Okay, what do you think? 11 to. You think that's that? Do you think she's more than halfway? She's more than halfway, so it has to be. Oh yeah, you say 9. You say 11. I hear 8, 9, and 11. Anybody want? 9, 3. Do you think she's halfway? Okay. Do you think she's halfway? Let's look. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's tough to tell. Okay. Let's assume she's higher than halfway. Let's assume she's higher than halfway. Okay, I need something to go with. Someone suggest something.
10 feet.
10 feet? Okay, 10 feet. Anybody have any arguments about 10 feet?
The middle of this would be half.
Yeah, okay, true.
So that come across.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you. He says the middle of this would be half. You know, if we sort of came out and went across here. So, what do you think? 8 feet? 9 feet? 9? All right. All right, we're going with 9 feet. We're going with 9 feet. That's a rough guesstimate based on the picture, about 9 feet, okay? Okay, so the question then is to you guys. The question is to you. How far is it all the way around that tire? What is the circumference of a huge monster truck tire if the diameter is 9 feet? All right, well, here we go. We're going to figure this out together, okay? We're going to say the circumference is equal to, do you want to use pi times diameter, or do you want to use 2 pi r? Which one do you want to use? Yeah, let's use pi times diameter. That's a great idea. Okay. So the circumference is, what is the approximation for pi that we're going to use? We're going to use, that's 3.14. Remember, pi is about 3.14. And the diameter we said was 9 feet. So our circumference is going to be approximately, you have a calculator, please determine the circumference of that tire. 28.3 feet all the way around that tire, assuming that tire is, and that's assuming that's a 9-foot radius. That's pretty darn big. Okay. Now I looked up some regulation. This is an older picture. Okay, this is sort of an older picture, and I looked up the new Bigfoot rim, and they said it was a 66-inch rim. Okay, a 66-inch rim. That's just the rim. Yeah, just the rim. Okay, so a 66-inch rim. So if we had a 66-inch rim, the circumference would be pi times 66. So 3.14 times a 66-inch rim. So what would that be? Help me out, please. Help me out. Who's got a calculator? Everyone has a calculator out there. 207.24. Now that's inches. So how many feet is that? We have to divide this by 12, right? How many feet is that? 17.3 feet. Jeez, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a very big tire, right? Yeah. All right. So, okay. Yeah. Put that on your Prius. Okay. Here we go. A truck tire has a diameter of 18 inches, okay? How many revolutions does a tire make in 1 mile? Ooh. First of all, let's talk about this word here. Revolution. What does that mean? Turns. What's that? Turns? Left, right? Turns? Yeah. So, exactly. So let's say I have a tire and here's the ground, okay? Sure, if you'd like to. Let's say I have a tire and here's the ground, okay? So, as the tire moves this way, the dot on the tire goes around and around and around and around until it finally gets back to here, right? So we can measure this distance here. Because that distance is the same thing as the circumference, right? That's the distance all the way around, okay? So if we knew the diameter of a tire, we could calculate how many revolutions it makes in 1 mile. Now we have to know some information about a mile. We'll get there in a second, okay? Okay, we'll get there in a second. So if we have a diameter of 18 inches, how many revolutions does it make in 1 mile? Does anyone know how many feet are in a mile? How many feet in a mile, you guys? 5,280 feet per mile. Because I'm a grown-up. I don't know. 5,280 feet in a mile, right? We could look it up, but that's what it is, okay? 5,280 feet in 1 mile. So, how many revolutions, if it's 18 inches? Someone take a guess. Just take a guess right now. 5 revolutions? 500? I hear 3,000 revolutions. Anybody else? 3,500. Anybody else? 1,200 revolutions. We got some guesses there. 1,396. Okay, good. Woo, 260. Okay, let's stop there. Let's see which one of these is the closest, all right?
400.
Okay, here we go. We're going to say, well, the circumference equals pi times the diameter, right? And the circumference is equal to 3.14 multiplied by 18. Because that's the diameter, right? And so the circumference would be, help me out, you guys. I need 3.14 times 18.
54.5.
54.5, and this is what? 56.5. Now, this is inches. Is that correct? Is that inches? We all agree that's right. Okay, and we're trying to figure out how many revolutions it would be in 1 mile. So what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to convert feet to inches or inches to feet? Okay, where he says convert inches to feet. So 56.5 inches is how many feet?
4.7.
Okay, how did you do that? Yeah, 56.5 inches, right, equals X feet. Well, we know that 12 inches is equal to 1 feet, and then we cross multiply. So how many feet do we have here? I need your help. What was it? 4.7? 4.7 feet. Do we agree? Can someone verify? All right, so if every 4.7 feet we get 1 revolution, how many revolutions in a mile? So we take 5,280 feet divided by 4.7 feet. Now we have feet right here. 1,266.2. So that tire travels around 1,266.2 revolutions every single mile. That's a lot. That's a lot going around and around and around, right? Who was closest? That'd be crazy, right? That's a lot. That's a lot to go around. Okay. That's a lot of spinning right there, right? So we have. Okay, well, let's figure a few things out, okay? What do we know? What is the diameter of my tire? All right. Yeah, the diameter is 29 and a half inches. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's a pretty big tire. So there's the tire from top to bottom, right? It was 29 and a half inches. Okay. So what's the circumference? Circumference is equal to what? 2 pi r, or circumference is equal to pi times diameter. So the circumference then would be 3.14 times 29.5, which would be what? 92.63 inches, okay? Now let's convert that to feet. Let's divide by 12 and convert that to feet. So how many feet is that? 7.7, is that right? 7.7 feet, do we agree? All right, so the circumference of my tire is 7.7 feet. Hey. Oh, is that mine?
I don't know. Is it yours?
No, it's not mine. It's HHS. This is number 7.
I know if I knew the number, but I didn't
No,
know.
mine has the names on the back.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I have no idea whose it could be.
No idea. Yeah. Okay, so every revolution of my tire gives me 7.7 feet. Okay, 7.7 total feet for every revolution. How many feet are in 15 miles? 15 miles equals 5,280, right? Feet in 1 mile.
79,200.
So that means that there are 79,200 feet in 15 miles. So we're going to divide that by 7.7. That's going to give me total number of revolutions. So someone help me out. What would it be?
10,286.
10,286. So that my tire rotates 10,286 times all the way from here all the way to Saturn Rosa. That is a lot. That's a lot of times to rotate.
If you go straight to your house, it's 2,000 or center and back.
So who's the closest here? Who voted? Who had 10,089? Who was that? That was yours?
We did because we did 30 inches.
You did 30 inches? Very cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, nicely done. Please grab a book.